Om Shanti, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Welcome to another Yoga Small Talk, and we continue with 7 minutes Bhagavad Gita a day. We're reading from chapter 6, the Yoga of Meditation, and we're reading the beautiful group of verses from verse 20 to 23, which describe to us what it means to be in a state of yoga. Here is the yoga of meditation, of reaching the highest samadhi. And we were reading from verse 22, telling us that the yogi who is in this state, he is not moved even by heavy sorrow. And Swami Sivananda explains to us in the commentary, if one gets himself established in the Supreme Self within, he cannot be shaken even by heavy sorrow and pain, because he is mindless and he is identifying himself with the sorrowless and painless Brahman. And it's a point that both very inspiring and very important to understand. The yogi, while still in the body, will experience the experiences of the body. Meaning, if the body is sick, the yogi will have to deal with the sickness of the body. So it's not that the body will not be sick, although in some cases of Hatha yogis, they were able to perform things that appear to be miraculous. But here it's not said that the body will not be sick and that there will not be physical discomfort. It is just said that the yogi will not be moved by it, because the yogi is not identifying, not with the mind, not with the body. Swami Sivananda explains to us even further, one can experience pain and sorrow when he identifies himself with the body and the mind. If there is no mind, there cannot be any pain. Because whose pain is it if there is no I? And again, sometimes, we read those descriptions, and for us it's something that completely ungraspable. For us, when the body ails us, we experience, and it's really difficult to imagine what it's like to have the body experiencing some physical condition or the mind experiencing some great sorrow and not be moved by it at all. Sometimes some of us, because of a sense of duty or other motivation, we overcome our physical situation and we still continue to do what we need to do to some extent, assuming we are not very sick. But we are still feeling it. It's not like we are not moved by it at all. So to give us a little bit more inspiration about this condition and what it looks like in the realized sage, I wanted to read to us a little bit from the biography of Swami Sivananda, called Biography of a Modern Sage. From Man to God Man is another beautiful, beautiful biography, but we'll not read it now. And this is from the sub-chapter Health Redefined, how Swami Sivananda dealt with physical ailments. Swami Sivananda here, had diabetes from the age of about 35 and lumbago, it's severe back pain, later on. And there were other problems, but his face was radiant and shining, his eyes sparkling with energy and humor, and his every movement full of love and wisdom. His mind was supremely alert, even when the body was weak. The way he, Swami Sivananda, reacted to the many ailments and illnesses that assailed his body can be used as a revolutionary redefinition of the whole concept of health. So for those of you who are not familiar with the biography of Swami Sivananda, Earlier in his time of sadhana, of austerities, he did some very, very, very serious austerities. And in later years, his body was suffering ailments, his digestion system, his back, his legs. There was diabetes because of poor nutrition. So those things were coming up, but it is said here that even under those conditions, Swami Sivananda was not moved. Health is a state of mind, a state of inner well-being, which enables you to function, to do your work without moaning and grumbling. Health is not just the body being declared medically free from illness. Swamiji didn't mind taking medicines at all. So again, no fanaticism. He's not neglecting the body. On the other hand, there was a whole plate full of them after lunch. So if the body needed to be cared for, he did, but without attachment. His philosophy was that if you can take food for the body, you can also take some other things called medicine. Never once through all his illnesses did he moan or groan. And when doctors entered his room, he would ask, "And how is your health?" Likewise, when some of the ashram swamis went to see him, he was only concerned about their health and requested them to look after themselves. Lying in bed, he used to continue his work marvelously well. He was tremendously alert, and there was always a state of inner well-being. Sometimes the body functioned 100%, sometimes only 80% or 70%. And he was prepared to adjust. So it's very good every now and then, as we read the general descriptions, to reach out to one of those beautiful biographies and see that it can actually be done. It actually was done. And it gives us a lot of inspiration. And we continue with the study of verses 20 to 23 in the next video. Please join us. Om Shanti.